Hello everyone, how are we? Welcome. Happy start of the summer holidays for all of the parents. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? 7 weeks we've got to look forward to now. 7 weeks. 7 weeks of trying to entertain the children, find things to do, try and not fall out. Which is difficult given the fact that I'm, such an argumentative person. So that's quite tough, really, isn't it? As a thing, we'll certainly try though. We'll try our best. That's all we can do is try our best. And yeah, let's just see what goes on. As I say, Friday. Nothing massive's happened this week. I don't think there's no real sort of like news or talking points or anything. Certainly nothing that people will be angry about. So I imagine it's going to be a fairly chilled out one tonight, really. Unless, of course, someone has got, some burning topic they want to talk about, feel free to raise it. Of course, we're not a democracy around here, but, there'll be moments when it'll be like, well, maybe there's something that's appropriate to talk about. Maybe some people have a really, have an idea that they want to get off their chest. They want to speak about something. I should really do Tim's World Cup stick. A World Cup. I wonder what happened in the World Cup this week. Maybe, don't know. I'm sure something interesting happened. There you go, Tim. You can have your World Cup stickers. I've not got many World Cup stickers left, actually. We're running out. Struggling to get a hold of them. They're like gold dust at the minute. Tim, you've got Koulibaly on there from Senegal. Appreciate the support as always, Tim. Thank you very much. Have we built the nation yet? Of course we have. Aziz Behikt. Got him. We've got the bottom. This is a swap, by the way. The bottom of the World Cup trophy. Look at that. That's a good swap, that one as well. Actually, we've got Pedri. Pedri, who I believe will probably be playing in a World Cup final on Sunday. Ben Segur of Morocco. He will not be playing in a World Cup final. Neither will Declan Rice. Declan Rice won't be playing in a World Cup final. But weirdly, Argentina will, and they've won the last one. They're quite good, Argentina, aren't they? So maybe that's an omen. Maybe that's an omen. Who knows what's going to happen on Sunday? Only time will tell. Shall we have a look and see how this is going to affect Scotland and their build a nation hopes? Because boy, have I got something interesting for you. Sorry, I forgot to turn my camera on there. The interesting thing, the very, very interesting thing is check out this chat. Check out this. This is super interesting, right? You're not going to believe this. Strap yourselves in, folks. Take a look at the date. The 2nd of January, 2027. Why is that significant? Well, I'll tell you why that's significant. Because the last time we managed Aberdeen, we resigned on Boxing Day. So we've already gone further in this save with Aberdeen than we've ever gone before. That is what's significant about this date. The 2nd of January represents some sort of success. Success from our perspective, obviously not, actual success. But we are 6th, so technically 12th. Interestingly, 11 defeats out of 21 games. 11 defeats. Bottom of the teams, Ross County and Livingston. Ross County and Livingston have both lost 15. We have won 9. We've drawn 1. 34 goals conceded. It's been up and down, hasn't it? It's been up and down. We're almost the entertainers, in a sense. We're 5-1 against Livingston. We beat Falkirk, we beat Kilmarnock, we drew with Motherwell, we beat Ross County, we've lost a couple of games here, St Mirren, Hibs, Rangers, Motherwell. We were 2-1 up in that match as well, lost 5-2. Thankfully, this month, we have Celtic Hearts, Celtic Rangers, Falkirk. So let's not get too comfortable in 6th, I think. Although what is interesting, if I remember correctly, is the points. So we are 28 points in 6th. 2 points behind Motherwell. We're only 4 points off 3rd. Okay. But we are also 6 points off 10th. So, yeah, we've got potential to move up. We also have a lot of potential to move down as well. So that's a bit of a worry. But thankfully, we're only playing Rangers and Celtics. So that shouldn't really affect us too much. And Hearts as well, of course. So Celtic, Hearts, Celtic, Rangers, and Falkirk better get the CV drafted. Good shout, actually, Dave. What else is available? The Kelty Hearts job is available. Stenhouse Muir, Queen of the South, Hibs, maybe. For next year, you never know, the Hibees. Livingston, Ross County, Stirling. At the minute, our job is not insecure. At the minute. All subject to change, of course. Plus, the transfer window is open as well, so we might make some changes. We don't know. There's going to be some players that we could do with shipping out, really, and then trying to get some more of our own players in the squad. I mean, Will Ferry being injured isn't ideal, especially when Shinny's injured as well. He's out for 3 months. That's a big blow, actually. So that's going to mean Jensen goes to left back. But look, there's a lot of injuries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 injuries. It's quite a few in it. The Clack-Nakuden job is available. I mean, maybe we'll have to cross our fingers for that one, Tim, I reckon. But that's how you build a nation, right? And then this is where we are. So let's say we've changed into a 4-2-4. In recent weeks, we obviously have the 2-3-4 as well. We've got, and then we've got a 3-5-2, a 4-3. We've got loads of alternate formations, but yeah, we've sort of settled upon this for now. Palaversa's going to be leaving, which is worth mentioning. Could do with getting another defensive midfielder in, I think, because Marshall's playing there now. Aremu's sort of box-to-boxing, I guess, in a sense. Evening, Steve Harvey. How are we, pal? Nice to see you. Hope you're good. Chambers is out on the right. Ross Stewart's out on the left. Barney Stewart, sorry, is up through the middle. Yeah, we are lacking a little bit of quality beyond that initial 11 players. And also, in fact, we're lacking quality in that 11 players as well. So yeah, it's going to be tough to see what happens. Kuzi Azari is no longer on our shortlist, so we'll see how we go with that. Back to club football now. England are out of the World Cup. They are out of the World Cup, Steve. Well remembered. No one's mentioned that yet. Should probably have mentioned. Someone should have mentioned it by now, surely, shouldn't they? In fact, Y2 James, there you go, he's mentioned. The World Cup is old now. Back to having my club let me down every week now instead of my country. That's the spirit, everyone. So yeah, so well done, World Cup. Well done for restoring equilibrium into everything. You know what I mean? It was pleasant viewing that actually on Wednesday. Eldest Jameson was having his birthday. He stayed up to watch the whole match, and I cheered in his face when Argentina scored 2 goals, and then went, right, mate, bedtime. So I had a class time, and then I put TalkSport on afterwards, and I wanked myself into a coma because it was the best moment. The World Cup made me forget about Aston Villa getting ripped apart by the big clubs. Haven't Aston Villa just signed a couple of players? They've just bought Manzambi, I think. Even I know that. Although they also have Visit Rwanda on their shirts now. That's not a good look. It's not a good look at all. Hate the sponsor with 20 million is 20 million. I mean, that's the problem with football, isn't it? That's the problem with football. I don't agree with it personally, but hey, it's money. Yeah, not Not sure. Not sure about that one personally, to be honest. Evening 8:15, how are we, buddy? Have you seen the new Sampdoria and Bursaspor shirts? I have seen the Sampdoria one. I haven't seen the Bursaspor one yet. Is it a thing of beauty? I'm wondering whether Alan Campbell's actually he's in the St Mirren reserves. You want a Cadbury, Brummie Club, Brummie Company. I mean, that would make sense. Yeah. To be fair, like when you've got things like, and I know they can't do it now because of the rules, but when the option is visit Rwanda, surely Acorns would have been a much nicer fit. Just like go with it and go like, look, you know what, we're not having a sponsor this year. Like, it's not a thing. That's Tyler Fredrickson. Good Premiership level player. I mean, maybe available on loan, possibly. Could come in and do midfield, maybe. Determination's quite good. Could also do centre back. Fortunately, ownership don't care about that. No, they don't do that, isn't it? It's the former Adidas guy, isn't it? Quick question about the FM show at Nottingham. Is it seated for us in the crowd? Yes, it is. It is El Diego. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely seats there, mate. Yeah. Tom Tonks. What, should we get him in, do you reckon? From, isn't Tom Tonks from Tamworth or something? Possibly? If we replace Rogers with Liao, taking that all day? No, surely not. Rogers is better than Liao, surely, and especially if you've lost Tielemans as well. That's like a lot to replace, right? Cool. Brothers can't stand for too long, so seats are good. Yeah, well, absolutely right. There you go. Let's remind people, right? Live show, Nottingham Comedy Festival, the Canal House, 1st of November. Come and see the FM show live. Yeah, come and see us. It's always fun. We've done it a few times now. Tonks has gone back to Stafford, has he? Well, that's not good for us, is it? But yeah, come and hang out. Come and experience the live show. It is always fun. It is always fun. We had the mad scientist flew in from Denmark for the first one, so that surely has to tell you something, right? We signed Ethan Ross, didn't we? On loan, and he is injured. So that's it's not ideal, really, is it? We've also signed as well. We've signed this lad here, Timieko Berta, 6'5", 18-year-old Marleyan, jumping reach of 19, determination of 18. So hopefully he can grow into something. Good for positioning as well. Good anticipation, good heading, good tackling, good acceleration. So maybe there's something there where he might turn out to be a little superstar, possibly. Don't know. I can't imagine he's going to end up being as good as Nwanku. In fact, let's have a look at Generation Foot and see if there's any more players we can go in there and just nab. Samsung, appreciate the follow. Very kind indeed. Very, very kind. Welcome in, welcome in. It's Ali Sai, remember him? Mohamed Dieng, Musa Kanate. I mean, we need a defensive midfielder, don't we? Alison Sai. Musa Cisse, 17 years old. What am I playing right now? Football Manager. Football Manager. Build a Nation Scotland. Build a Nation Scotland. We're trying our best to raise the profile of the Scottish national team and the Scottish national leagues as well. Whether that works or not, we don't know. Ishma Coyote here. I mean, he's 5'9" from a trial. See if that's something that we can do. I don't know if we can actually get anybody in from Generation Foot, sadly. Come on, Scotland, you better believe it. Scotland forever, absolutely. Well, we are also trying to make Aberdeen good, which is, I mean, that's a challenge, right? But thankfully, we're playing Celtic now, so that's nice and easy, right? Just navigate the old press conferences, shall we? I should also mention as well. While you're all here, I know you're all sort of like saying, "Look, TJ, you haven't got time for another podcast, right?" And in a sense, you'd probably be right. Yeah, but in a much more real sense, right? I have done another podcast. Have a little watch of this. This is me and my colleague in under nines football talking about under nines football, talking about coaching. So yeah, come and have a watch of that. See how we get on with it. Hopefully, we're hoping it's going to be like a proper, like, honest conversation about coaching kids football and, like, you know, the mistakes we make and stuff, and learning on as we go through. But have a little nosy, see what you think. Yeah, it would be nice to have a few extra eyes on it, just to sort of just to see what you reckon more than anything. It's the first one, so obviously it'll develop as we go, and the more we do it. But it's something just a little bit different to what we normally do here. So it's not meant to be funny. You could argue this isn't meant to be funny either, but yeah, it's more along the lines of, like, just trying to not being like, it's not trying to be coachy either. It's not trying to be like, oh, look at us, aren't we really learned, and look at what we know about football. It's not that at all, like, at all. It's yeah, it is very much us going, like, look, this is what we're trying to do. Is it right? Don't know. Let's have a look. You know. So yeah, have a watch. See what you reckon. Ian Ryan, how are we, buddy? Welcome. Oh, Owusu rejects a trial. Where's he coming from? Partizan Belgrade? Well, we'll have to see about that. Ryan, have we got any further with the Mighty Dons? Yes, we have. We've got all the way to January and we haven't been sacked yet. So that is a huge achievement. Huge achievement, as you know. And you get the final pack of stickers, Ryan, as well, which is a wonderful thing. Genuinely, haven't got any more stickers. So, might just open it up. How about we open up some letters? That'll be quite nice, won't it? Who have we got? We've got Nicholas Seiwald from Austria. We have Roberto Fernandez from Paraguay. Oh, there we go. There we go. We've got beaten semi-finalists England team. We have Kim, the South Korean goalkeeper. The FIFA World Cup trophy. It's quite a nice one to have. We have Al Sanbi, the Saudi Arabian goalkeeper, and we also have Homan Ahmed as well from Qatar. So there you go. That's all of our stickers done. It's been good, that. Quite enjoyed it. I enjoyed the stickers. I need more dopamine. What can I open? How about I open a shop? I'll open another podcast. I'll open a YouTube channel. All right, let's do that again. Maybe start that. So yeah, what we're gonna do? We can't open anything now. How about you open your mind, TJ? No, not at all. Not at all. Very much closed off to the idea of all things. Let's put James in there. But maybe not as a ball player. Maybe just as a generic kick the ball defender. Oh, there we go. Rego's back. Right, Rego's back, so Palaversa can come back out. Oh, there, tickets booked for Nottingham. Wonder if we'll have some teasers about FM27 by then. There's already been teasers, LDO. We can't be jumping on teasers already, can we? It's been confirmed. There is an FM27. It's more than we've ever had. So much more. We never normally get this much info. So, evening, Adam Jones. Welcome in. Do you know what? I appreciate the ticket booking, El Diego. That's much appreciated. Yeah, and if anybody else wants to come along as well, please do. There's plenty of tickets available. We'll be in the bar beforehand. We'll be in the bar afterwards. Some people will be in Nottingham the night before. Some people will be in Nottingham staying over that night. So loads of options for things to do. Come and hang out. Make it a moment for the community. It'll be really, really good. Rugio, pleasure to see you, my friend. Welcome in. As always, soul of it, see you. Sean, welcome in. Appreciate the prime, my friend. I'm going to be honest with you, Sean. I've run out of stickers to open now, but I do massively appreciate the support. Thank you, Sean, with the resub. Come on, let's go. Let's dominate Scotland. Absolutely. Well, we've got to navigate Celtic first. Yeah. See how we go with that one. Ryan says it's a plus point as it's a tough job lasting more than a year as Aberdeen manager. The last few seasons has shown we've signed Alec Guinness, great grandson this season. Really? I mean, obviously there is a slight issue where I've only survived half a season because the first season was actually simulated due to the World Cup, so that's still quite a lot for me though in Aberdeen. Nesta Guinness Walker from Northampton Town. What a name, Nesta Guinness Walker. It's a name that sounds like old money, isn't it? Okay, well, we've done well. We've done 20 minutes, but now Celtic have got a goal kick, so I have a feeling this is where they attack. Inamura. Over the top. Kelechi Iheanacho. Oh, he's put it wide. Even the Arsenal, how are you, sir? Welcome in. Welcome in. Aberdeen are good, thank you. Well, I mean, they're not good. Like, we're doing all right. We're doing okay. Cobblers, Sean says, I've watched him many times as a Cobblers fan. Obviously, yeah, definitely a really good player in there. He's had a few injuries, but far too good for after relegation to League Two. The Arsenal says, better as it's Friday. Well, this is the thing. The Arsenal, it is awesome when it's a Friday, but it's also the start of the school holidays. So it's the start now of 7 weeks worth of planning what to do and being in soft play and days out and adventure. It's going to be class. It's going to be really, really good. Holiday time, planning for time away. Jensen in for Ross Stewart. Jensen. Oh, we've taken the lead. Get up there. I should say, actually, you know what? We'll signpost this early doors. We're actually away next week. We're taking the kids on a surprise holiday. So we're going away Wednesday through to Saturday, I think. And I say I think because the amount of times that me and Mrs. J retell me that the days we're going away. I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday to Saturday. And we're going to North Wales with some family friends of ours. So like, there's 4 families going with all their kids, and we've like rented this big house. So it should be really cool. It's the first time all the kids have been away together, so that's going to be interesting. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, no streams at all next week. Might impact the podcast because that means, you know, Sai's got to try and organise Aaron to a podcast record. So there might be no podcast next week after next. We don't know. But we recorded last night, so there's definitely one for next week. There'll still be streams. I mean, if I can take the computer with me, yes. Shouldn't imagine there'll be too much trouble, right? I think they've got a hot tub there, so I'll do a hot tub stream. Oh, there's Ross Stewart. He's played himself on side. Good ball. A Remu. Oh, off the top of the crossbar. Chambers isn't really having a great time, is he? Let's put Ryan Duncan on. Right, throwing from Jensen. Signalling for a long one. We're going away. Now the counter-attack's on, isn't it? We're going to concede from our own throw-in. Oh. Like, I don't mind conceding. I don't mind conceding. But not when it's from our own throw-in. Oh, God. Evening, Katie. How are you, my friend? Welcome in. Welcome in. TJ's Tricky Reds doing tricky things. If you're not following Katie, by the way, what on earth are you doing with yourselves? Go and give her a follow. And also make sure you follow the WFM Show podcast as well, which, of course, is a wonderful piece of content. that you absolutely must get in your faces. I'm very well. I'm very well, thank you, Katie. As you'll know, end of the academic year. School holidays have started. I know you're in a slightly different educational establishment than primary school, but you'll start a new episode soon. No danger, no rush. Just as and when. And yeah, let's see if Bassey can come on. Bring Devlin for Milne's tiring, but he's playing really, really well. So I don't. Let's get Williams off, maybe. World Cup has been something of an inconvenience. I think the England players said that as well, Katie. But they're now back to being. They've got loads of time in their hands now, so that's good. I mean, I would take 1-1 against Celtic, but then given the fact we've had 21 shots, only 3 on target, I would suggest that maybe we can feel slightly hard done by, that we might only get a point. And we might not even get a point. Oh, cleared. Actually, here you go. Here's where they score their second goal, isn't it? This is where we lose on the counter-attack. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, God. I should have done it, Sean. You're right. I should have done a Tuchel, shouldn't I? Although I've got the exact same result. Is he? He's on. He's on. Oh. This is where I'll sort of like take it as the game's got to be against me, surely. Like, we've been FM'd. This is what real life football is, isn't it? Oh, this is that Celtic are a good side and they're playing like a good side. They soak up all the pressure, hit on the break. And we've got to obviously take that and go, right, we need to avoid that happening again in the future. We can take the positives from it, which is, we got forward a lot. The problems are we only had 4 shots on target out of 20 odd. Oh, there we go. Carter Vickers with an own goal. We'll celebrate that like our own. Get the dancing Jobs out. Yeah, we'll take that. Carter Vickers' own goal. Last kick of the game. We deserved a point there. Look, we deserve more than a point. Look at that. But that's why Celtic are up the top and we're not. They can play well and get a point. We've got to play exceptional to get a point. So yeah. Oof. It's fine. As long as we can ride out season 1, then we can start getting ourselves into a sort of a plan for what we do for season 2, and then obviously for beyond. What's interesting as well, thank you, Ash. Good to see you, my friend. Quality tunes as always, Ash says. Thank you, Ash. We do aim to please for the audio listeners. Everyone who's listening on YouTube, they're going, we don't know what you're playing. Copyright says we can't play tunes, unfortunately. So if you are watching on YouTube and you're thinking, I could do with listening to some, 90s, 2000s indie, then come across to Twitch and listen over in here. Or just imagine it and sing along. Sing along to your favourite song. Put Shine On, the compilation album, on. It's not what we're playing, but you know, it gives you an idea of what we're listening to. We are listening to Ash currently at present. Alexander with a sad face. I know, Alexander. I know. Blame YouTube. Blame Google for not letting us do copywritten music. Trigger happy TV is good for this sort of vibe. Is it? I would never have considered that. Genuinely, that would never have been on my radar at all. This sounds like Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds. It is. It is. It's interesting with the High Flying Birds because like there's not a single High Flying Birds song I've heard that I haven't liked, but I'm also not that bothered about them. Do you know what I mean? Like, and as a massive Oasis fan, I sort of just went, yeah, of course that's what it sounded like. Just that made sense. It just sounded like that, obviously. Never went to see the High Flying Birds. I went to see Liam touring on his own, and ironically, I was more of a Noel fan back in the day than a Liam fan. But yeah, I never saw the High Flying Birds. There's a compilation album in my local jukebox called Cigarettes and Alcohol. It was all killer. Do you know what? I can already feel that album. I think I would love it. Sounds like in the back of this track, it sounds like someone's just like leaning back on an office chair. Okay, so we navigated Celtic. Can we navigate Hearts now? Then Celtic in the Cup, then Rangers, then Falkirk. Stuart Armstrong injured again. This is what happens when you get old. Like, just injuries just occur. Blisters. Oh, come on. Like, really? Have we got someone injured with blisters? I mean, game's gone, right? Game's gone. Sivert Nilsson has gone to Alessund. Fine. Evening, Llama. How are you, my friend? Welcome in. Welcome in. Pleasure to see you. Hope you're well, Llama. We've just seen this. I don't know if you were here just as it happened, but we've got a player who's out injured for 7 days with blisters. Just feels like woke nonsense, doesn't it? Like, I understand you can't play with blisters, but it's also such a rubbish thing to be out of action with. Did you get injured at a kids' sports day? Okay, yeah, fair point, fair point. I'll retract my critique of this guy. Blisters, by the way, everybody, are really, really bad. So I think we should all be checked out for blisters. Do check your feet. Don't if we all now raise money for blister awareness, that'd be really good. I think that's what we should all probably do, actually. Would you rather be out with blisters or jumping over advertising hoardings? I think that wasn't if that's a reference to Henderson, didn't he not even jump? Didn't he just fall? Are we enjoying the save? I am actually, Llama, because I've not been sacked yet. So it's quite interesting. Are we successful? Probably not, but I haven't been sacked yet, so that's good. So I'm taking that as a positive. Yeah. How are you though, Llama? How are you? How's life treating you? I loved being in your stream earlier on, by the way. Always a pleasure chatting with the Llama Army. He was kicked, apparently. I wasn't kicked. It felt like I was kicked. But unfortunately, by feeling like it was kicked, that does mean you have hurt yourself quite badly. It would have been better had I been kicked, because then I could have been like, do you know what? Yeah, there's been some foul play there, but no, it's just my own stupidity, sadly. You're very well. Fridays are lovely. Fridays in your streams are lovely, by the way. They are very good. All days in your streams are lovely. And also, like, an articulate conversation about the current state of the England team and what to do going forward as well, which was I was very, very excited to see. Obviously, I've tried to have my own articulate conversation about the England team. And we are where we are with that one. Go to see Suede, Manic Street Preachers, the Manic Street Preachers in Suede in August. Can't wait. That, Ryan, sounds class. That does sound class. So is Jensen going to float this across? Yes, he is. Who's getting the end of it? Ross Stewart's getting on the end of it. Come on. The Loch Ness Drobga gets on the end of it. Now, the thing is, we did this in the last match against Celtic, took the lead, and then we were hanging on at the end to scrape a draw. So we could do with going 7-0 up. Llama, I had a well-informed, reasoned discussion about English football, its strengths and limitations, the next step for the game. After that, we all dressed as Crusaders and decided it's coming home. That is my favourite part of, and I said this in your stream, didn't I? My favourite part of the World Cup was looking at middle-aged men crying dressed as Crusaders. Absolute fannies, a lot of them. Oof. Brego having a shot from distance. Yeah, so here's the thing. Like, leading off from what Llama was saying, right? And Llama was trying to talk about, what happened, and what can be done. And my sort of point and my 2 pence for what it's worth, right? And you all know that I'm a Southgate fan. I thought Southgate did a brilliant job for England to get them into the conversation, yeah, of being up there or thereabouts. And that's sort of all you need to be as an international team, really, is be there or thereabouts, because Brazil don't win it all the time. Argentina don't win it all the time. France don't win it all the time. Holland have never won it. Italy don't win it all the time. Italy aren't even qualifying these days. Germany don't win it all the time. Like, but you're now in the conversation where you get to the semi-finals. Spain don't win it all the time. So you're now in the thing where you're ranked number 4 in the world and you've got to the semi-finals, which is the top 4. That's about right. Yeah. What's probably given you the tricky conversation, the tricky what's the word I'm looking for? Like expectation is the fact that you never have to play against anybody who's not in the top 10. Now that's partly by design because of the way that FIFA work it. So, you know, when you come up against a team in the top 10, that's when you've struggled. But at the end of the day, you were beaten by the world champions. There's no disrespect in that whatsoever. Like, what the greatest player to ever play the game did what he did, and he turned up and he had a piece of magic that nobody else could do. You know, apart from the greatest player of all time. So you've been beaten by that. There's no shame in that. Like, going defensive, I'll take that. Going defensive too soon. But at the end of the day, there was no other options. Like, look on the bench. Ollie Watkins would have been a good shout for an outball. There was no outball. There's the problem where you've got, you know, too many players who are similar. There is that argument, you know, of like Elliot Anderson and Declan Rice. Can they play together? Probably not. Like, looking at the players who didn't go, I mean, you all know I'm not a Foden fan or a Cole Palmer fan. So in a sense, I don't mind Tuchel not doing that. Like, I'd rather see any manager take players that he thinks make a squad rather than just taking the best name players, which most managers have been guilty of in the past at all levels. You know, maybe Wharton would have been a better shout, but maybe you don't play. But then who do you not play? Do you not play Rice or Anderson? Morgan Rogers is a very, very good player, but does he need to be in that setup? It depends on what they're trying to do. End of the day, you brought Dan Burn on, and like Anthony Gordon plays for England. Like Trevor Chalobah. I'm sorry. The player, they're just not good enough, are they? They're just not good enough. Marcus Rashford. Oh, great. We're 2-1 down now. Like, these are players that just... I don't care that Gordon plays for Barcelona or that Rashford's played there. The reason that he's at Barcelona is because no clubs in the Premier League will touch him. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's the reality. Like, who does Anthony Gordon go to in a top 4 setting? Nobody. Like, which of the top 4 sides buys Marcus Rashford? None of them. Like, England don't win the Premier League. So to think England win the World Cup it's not going to be, is it? Like, England might, great goal there for Barney Stewart. If England win the Euros, it's like Newcastle winning the Carabao Cup. Like, do you know what I mean? Have an open top bus ride of winning the Euros at home. Well done. Like, you know, complaining about playing in Mexico playing all their games at the Azteca. England play all their games at Wembley, like in competitions. But I just think, like, when you're looking at players that are in form, I think there's a big problem up front. I think with England, like with Kane, is Kane going to make the next Euros? Maybe. Is he going to make the World Cup? Probably not. So who's your striker? Like, someone will come through, of course they will. But if you're looking at who's currently on form and scoring goals, it's Keenan Davis. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's no offence to England at all, but that is Scotland levels of player picking to be your leading striker. Like, the players you had to choose from: Kane, Watkins, Ivan Toney, who plays in the equivalent of like the goals five-a-side league, or like a school teams league. Danny Welbeck, Keenan Davis. Do you know what I mean? It's not like, oh, what we, how we get that? Do you get Troy Parrott back? Isn't he Irish? I think possibly. Eddie Nketiah, of course, of course. How foolish of me to forget Eddie Nketiah. Like Dominic Solanke. Oh, what a save! You might be able to find someone in the National League like Paul Mullen a few years ago. Yeah. Like if you've got a time machine, you can get someone from the non-league. But to find a top elite level striker, Liam Delap and Cole Palmer up front. I mean, wow. Even West Ham haven't bought an overrated striker from England. They buy them from Italy, ruin them. Can Scotland give Shea Adams back? You can never go to Lyndon Dykes if you want. I know he's Australian, but like, so you've got that, and then you've got the issue in goal. So Pickford, like, look, I love Pickford, and I will not hear a single bit of Pickford hate. But then beyond that, your backup goalkeeper's James Trafford. Well, he's not number one at Man City, is he? So you've got that Scotland problem where your goalkeeper is a backup. Who else is there? Ramsdale. Nick Pope. Is there any other English goalkeepers? I'm genuinely, I know my knowledge is potentially slightly clouded. Henderson at Palace. Okay. So again, there's another thing. So you've not got an elite level goalkeeper. Trafford might become one. He might be. But he needs to play. He needs to play regular football at the top level as well. So there's a concern. And then in defence, Trevor Chalobah's getting picked. Like, I don't know what has been seen there. Like, is Luke Shaw still part of the conversation? That's struggling to find left backs, maybe. Lewis Skelly, I suppose, maybe. Is he possibly someone for the future? He might fit in. I'm probably gonna cause a bit of upset here. I mean, Saka's not very good, is he? If we're being honest. You know, he's got no end product. I want to love Saka because when he burst onto the scene, he looked exciting. He looked like he had a bit of something about him, a bit of swagger, a bit of pace as well. But no England player had more assists than Saka at the World Cup. How many goals was that though? That's not many. Again, maybe look, you know. This is just my take on it, you know. Saka suffered from injuries for the few seasons. Yeah, there's more than likely reasons for it. Absolutely reasons for it. Overplayed? Yeah, could be. Norwich fan here. Jovan Makama, if he continues the way he is, could be the future. He was snapped up by a big club. You all think I'm crazy. He's coming through the 21 setup, highly regarded. Do you know what? He might. I've got no idea who he is, Ash, so I can't comment. But what I would probably wager is he'll be taken by a big club and he won't be played, which is what Scotland's having done a lot this summer. We've seen a lot of under 21s move to Chelsea and Man City. They're never going to be seen again. Like, never. And So all that's done is ruined our future as well. These guys are going to be playing League One football in a couple of years, and then they're going to be, oh, well, you know, yes, I left Kilmarnock, but hey, I've got a selfie of me and Haaland. But they're not going to be footballers. Like, rather than staying in Scotland for a few years and playing, getting games. Even 33, appreciate the sub, my friend. Thank you very much. 46 months is incredible support. Thank you. So I suppose that's the question then. Like, are you in the situation that Scotland are in, where your best players are a team of centre midfielders, and beyond that, there's not actually anybody that anybody else really wants? Like, Stones is gonna be retiring, isn't he? I mean, I've seen Lewis Hall twice, so I can't really comment upon Lewis Hall, because the 2 times I've seen him, he's been nutmegged by Sunderland players. Livramento, I don't know. Maybe. Who's the United youngster? Heaven. Centre back, isn't he? Is he a centre back? Max Dowman can carry England to victory. I mean, he won't, though, will he? Max Dowman's going to be blamed for not winning as well. Like, and he looks like he's got a bit of talent, but, you know, Joe Cole didn't carry England to victory, so, and he had a lot of talent. Paul Scholes had a lot of talent. Chris Rigg has got a lot of talent, but no, Luke O'Nine's got a lot of talent, you know, and he's not even getting a look in for Brazil. I don't understand how. It's a lack of number 9s throughout football now. Forwards are now like attacking midfielders. Days of a Shearer type striker are gone. I present you Brian Brobby. Dowman is classy, he'll come good. He might, but all it takes is so without wishing it upon him, an injury could change him. Yeah. When you put muscle on as well, that slows you down. You've got to change your game. A really, really extreme example, Gabby Agbonlahor at Villa, lightning quick, but then I think it was Martin O'Neill made him bulk up, and he lost his pace, and he wasn't any good other than his pace. It's only we don't say these words. I know, and I'm trying to do reason, and this is the problem, isn't it? Like, he is a great pundit. That's a good point, actually. Yeah. Now he's the size of a TalkSport pundit. Maybe that was it, Llama. Maybe he realised that playing to his strengths was talking. But do you know what I mean, though? Like, this is sort of, I'm trying to work out where and what is the needs to change. It just feels like every tournament is another dissection of what is everyone else doing. Can we catch up with that, or we're 20 years behind it? You know, like said in Llama's stream earlier, like, you know, the kids. So youngest Jameson plays football now, and they're playing 3-on-3 next year. No goalkeepers, because the FA don't want players stood around not being involved. They also don't want players to be positionally, what's the word that they look for? They don't want them to be tied to positions at that age. They want them comfortable on the ball. Can't score from inside their own half. So it's all these restrictions and trying to make technical players, which is what has been argued for years and years and years and years and years, that the players aren't as technically gifted as the Spanish or the French or the Germans or Italians. But it's mentality, isn't it? It's like, they're just not winners. They're just not winners. Alathabal's not world class. Well, he's not, but Yamal is. And so you've got to try and spend your time marking him, which allows space for the other guys. You know, in the same way that you try and mark Kane, and all of a sudden Anthony Gordon scored. Like, Argentina scored 10 shithouses and Messi seems to work. Do you know what? Yeah. They're not winners, says Tony Jameson as he goes a goal down. Yeah, exactly, Llama. This is why I'm not, you know, the international manager. There we go. Liverpool fans saying Rio Engamoa. Give him 2 years and he'll be Victor Moses. Maybe the only player that Chelsea have actually managed to sell. I mean, it's the cup, so it's fine, right? But I don't know. I mean, look. I mean, honestly, you know, like, offer me alternate views. I'm not saying, certainly not saying that I'm right. I'm just saying, no, this is what I see, and this is what I think. I certainly don't have the answers, believe it or not. And I know, again, if you've come here for the answers, going like, whoa, that's a surprise. We thought TJ was going to fix it all, but no, I'm not. Sorry. I think there's too much focus on, you know, 1966. You know, but answers are coming for nonsense. That's where we are, Dan. That's literally where we are. Kids don't have league tables, for Christ's sake. Problem one. That's true, actually. We don't. Yeah. We're not allowed to publish the scores. But this is what I said in Llama's stream as well. There's now a sort of an insistence on producing footballers rather than just producing kids who enjoy football. And this is why, and here's the link, this is why I've done this. This is why I've started this extra podcast with, you know, the coach of the under-9s, because we want to try and, like, have these conversations about, like, well, are we missing it completely? Like, you know, where are we? What are we supposed to do? Because kids love winning, you know, but then we're trying to tell them that winning doesn't really count. Sean says, there's been an awful lot of football chat this evening. Where's the chat about tins of beans or finding a Kit Kat chunky with just chocolate in the middle? This is the thing, Sean. Maybe this is why, you know, England don't win, because they're too focused on football conversation and not about finding a Kit Kat chunky with just chocolate in the middle. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Maybe we do think, you know, what would Denise Van Houten do? Get her involved in it. Mrs. J's back. My brother coaches under 9s. When they don't win their 5v5, the parents want team meetings. Yeah. Parents are a problem. Parents are a problem. Someone's got a 4-pack from the co-op. It was solid Kit Kat chocolate and all 4 bars. No way for it to be seen. No, surely not, Sean. That would be on the news. If that was the thing, that would be on the news, absolutely. You'd be there, and you'd be going, "This man bought a chocolate," and it would be literally the report would be you in the shop, and you'd be going, "I just bought like a pack of 4 Kit Kats, and I wasn't expecting any of them to maybe like have chocolate. One possibly would be nice, but I wasn't expecting all 4 to be made out entirely out of chocolate." Then they'd interview the shopkeeper who'd be going, "Oh yeah, he bought the chocolates from here, I like it's never happened before. It must be magic. This." Like Willy Wonka, but like in reverse, like with the golden ticket, but just 4 chocolate bars. And then the reporter would like have, you know, some sort of a witty pun at the end. And I can't think of it right now, but it would be rubbish. It would be something about like, oh, like it would be a sweet treat or something like that. Back to you in the studio. Here's Ron with the weather. Error packs are real. Loads of people online also say they've found it. I don't believe that. Right. Error packs Kit Kat. Is that what we're saying? Okay, a packet. Oh, all right, okay. Let's see. This is for... that's with spelling mistakes. Right. 4 chocolate only Kit Kat Chunkies. Has there ever been 4 Kit Kat Chunkies that are only chocolate and no wafer? And do you know what? No, Nestle has never officially sold a waferless Kit Kat. However, because machines make millions of bars a day, some fans occasionally get lucky and find a rare Kit Kat Chunky that is only solid chocolate, right? So, yes, that's a 1. If you ever find a solid chocolate Kit Kat, you can report it to Nestle. If you provide the package details, they will usually send you coupons for free Kit Kats. Right, so I'm calling bullshit on this, okay? There is no way if you had 4 solid chocolate Kit Kats that it wouldn't show up on the internet. It would show up on the internet straight away. If I had 4 solid chocolate Kit Kats. Yeah, I mean, look, this is it. It says here, a woman has found a Kit Kat with all chocolate and no wafer. 3 years ago, that was posted on Facebook and had 400 reactions. 4 years ago on TikTok, someone had 2,500 views of "Where's the wafer?" And that's for one Kit Kat Chunky. Right? I'm sorry, 4 Kit Kat Chunkies that were just chocolate. That is on the news. That is literally on the news. And I'm sorry, Sean, to question you on this, but like, you know how rare that is, right? Yeah. I'm sorry. I need to question it. I can't be just agreeing with that. The only witness was my brother, little Pat. Oh, how convenient, your brother. Yeah. Is your brother with us at the moment? Get him on. I want pictorial. You'd have taken a photograph. Sean, go in your phone and send us a photograph on the Discord. Like Sean's name, it's Cobblers. See, that's the pun they'd have done. It was in 2018 or 19. I don't have a pic. I mean, I've got photographs of my children being born in 2018, 19. I would have taken a picture of 4 solid chocolate Kit Kats. 100%. Stop the FM, we're investigating. I mean, there's no investigation at all, Dan. It's not true. It's not for me to prove that it's false. It's for Sean to prove that it's true. Evening, Blair. How are you, sir? I love that. Sean's in his house now going, I know what I saw. I know what I saw. Like someone who's like sort of claims to have seen the UFO going, I saw it. I saw it. I definitely saw it. You can't tell me that it wasn't what I saw. How else would you describe this thing? Still traumatized by it. You can't be traumatized by it. You've got to be like over the moon going, I saw the fucking Kit Kat. As I say, at least one local news outlet would have ran that story. Guarantee it. There is nothing, there is so little news happening that would be front page. That would be on the front page of the national press. Never mind just the local Northampton Gazette or Star or whatever it is. Like, that would be front page of the red top shit. You'd have been a local celebrity. And Nestle would have given you a lifetime supply of Kit Kats. I might surprise you here, but I didn't phone Look East BBC News. I mean, look, right, Sean, right, okay, right, listen. Right, okay. Now, now let's just say this happened, right, okay? For argument's sake. In the event of it happening again, to anybody, by the way, right? If ever there's a moment where you find yourself in possession of not one, because that's newsworthy in itself, right? Not one solid Kit Kat chunky. If you somehow find yourself in possession of a perfect 4-pack Kit Kat chunky, do they even sell 4-packs of Kit Kat chunkies? Say you do find yourself in possession of 4 perfect chocolate only Kit Kat chunkies. The first thing you do is you ring the press, right? Take photographs, okay, because they're going to tamper with it, right? And they're going to try and, manipulate it to be like, oh, he didn't even have it. He's fucking lying, right? Make sure you've got the photographic evidence because it'll all be metadata will be in there as well, yeah? At what point does this magical bar become a Yorker? Well, look, I've got friends. I've got a friend who works for Nestle, actually. They would have loved this story. Actually, shall I text him now? Right? I'm going to text him, right? He'll know whether or not anyone has ever had. Right, let me send this message, right? Right, weird question, right? But has anyone ever contacted Nestle claiming to have unwrapped four perfect chocolate only brackets no wafer Kit Kat chunkies? Kit Kat chunkies, right? Okay. I'll put presumably this would be fairly big news at your work, and I'm guessing quite unlikely to have ever happened. additional information is the 4-pack in question. Hang on. 4-pack in wedding question cost £1.25 from Co-op. Okay, this is good in Milton Keynes. Co-op in Newport Pagnell. Right, what? Right. Has anyone else realised that iPhone keyboards are just crap now? Right, there we go. That's sent. Okay. Possibly around 2018. Right. Okay. Let's see if I get an answer for that. But just as a thought for anybody else who does find themselves, ring the news. You've got to. This is your moment, people. Like when you're lying on your deathbed and you're going like, I wonder what was I? What was my gift to the world? What did I do? You want to be known as the dude who had the 4 chocolate only Kit Kats. And they'd be going, there's that guy. There's the guy. For someone who claims to believe aliens exist, TJ is pretty adamant that all chocolate Kit Kats don't exist. I'm not saying that all chocolate Kit Kats don't exist, Rujo. I believe that there is a solid chocolate Kit Kat, chunky. I don't believe that you get 4 in a packet. I don't believe. But okay, it's not something that's ever crossed my desk. Hang on. Who claims to have what's a? I've got someone on stream who claims to have lived that experience. I said it's lies. But no, right. So they'd have been on next to each other on the conveyor. Any error would have happened in batches. Wouldn't have been a single, would it? Well, would there only be 4? Then surely, if that was an error, you'd then have, it would be at least 5, 6, 7, 8. So the question now is what happens to the next pack? So not only have you not gone to the news, then the other person who got the next one didn't go to the news either. You're guessing there was others. Oh, now there's a conspiracy theory that the factory's at fault and it's an inside job here. Google AI estimates it between 1 in 10,000 to 1 in 50,000. I mean, that's big odds, isn't it, Matt? That's a 40,000 swing. That's a football stadium. So 1 in a Premier League football stadium has a solid Kit Kat. Not 4 solid Kit Kats, 1 solid Kit Kat. So if we times that by 4, is that 1 in 200,000? Okay, well, here we go. If you want the nerdy answer. Yes, that's exactly what I want. If you want the nerdy answer, most production lines will check weigh every bar, and anything that's over and underweight will go back round and made into the glue that sticks the wafer together. So there you have it. That's from the horse's mouth. Well, not the horse mouth. He works in HR, but like he would know. They sell 250 million a year. That is a lot of Kit Kats in it. Thank you for that. And I did want the nerdy answer. If they all come in the same pack, you have to assume the machine is incorrect and it wasn't caught, so the odds have to stay around the same. But are we getting into the realms now of calibration, like the speed cameras? Sorry, that's not the internationally recognised symbol for speed camera. What was quality control a good few years ago? I'll ask him. Was this pre or post COVID? Get Kit Kat Man on the podcast. What a superhero. Busy Bar in the McVitie's factory has one of those shops as well. Oh, where they sell the seconds. Carry on speed camera. Yeah. Oh, you've been driving too fast, I should say. This is what happens, right? I tried to be all sensible. I tried to talk about football and be like, oh, how would you fix the England team? And then what I've done is I've ended up shouting at a very, 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 very loyal viewer and claiming that he's lied about the amount of Kit Kats he's had. Sorry, Sean. Sorry. Oh, dear. This is what, personally, I believe, Sean. I'm a believer. Why do I end up derailing the stream once a year? First dog best man at a wedding, now this. Sean, you're the gift that keeps on giving. Oh, and you know what? That was such a good one. That was such a good one. The dog best man. Oh, with the Instagram of the dog as well. Unbelievable. Like and subscribe. Absolutely. Make sure. Welcome in new people, by the way. For anyone's coming going, doesn't seem to be playing much Football Manager, this guy. Tony's a meanie team, Sean. You were at a wedding last month and the dog couple were there as well. Oh. I feel as though I'm barking up the wrong tree. Hey. I'm a big fan of this. Well done. Well done, everyone. Well done. So, like I say, I'm on holiday next week. So everyone's got a little bit of time just to recalibrate and just, take things back in. I've got to see this guy tomorrow, and he's gonna be like, why were you talking about Kit Kats last night? I'll get TJ's a meanie t-shirts made up for us all. Sell them at the live show. TJ, you seem to accidentally shared your screen. We can see some kind of game. Oh, sorry, my mistake. I'll take that back down. Sorry. How embarrassing. Oh dear. Well, so what we've learned there is we don't want England to win a World Cup, so they should just keep doing what they're doing. That's what I think. Chappie, welcome in, by the way, and appreciate the follow. Tomorrow's conversation is going to be fun. It is, but you know what? He's also not going to be surprised when I ask him tomorrow, because he's going to be like going, right, okay, you've been talking about Kit Kats again, haven't you? Sean, I was also held at gunpoint twice in a month when I lived in Spain, but that's another derailer story for a different stream. Do you know what it was? You were held at gunpoint because of your Kit Kat chunky lies. That's what it was. Even the Spanish go, this guy's full of bullshit. I was held at gunpoint once. I've told this story on stream before, haven't I? I was held at gunpoint in the November 2001 as we were going to America. We were going to Florida, actually, on a family vacation. Bear in mind that in 2001 I was 21, so we're going away to Florida, and very, very early in the morning. I'm sure I've told this, so please stop me if I have told this story. So we were flying very, very early in the morning from Newcastle, and I don't know if you remember, but around 2001, people were very, 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 very tetchy with about air travel, right? So very early in the morning, I walked through the metal detectors and the scanners, and it beeped, and I was like, all right, okay. I thought I'd taken all of my jewelry off, and I was like, well, I must have done, like sort of little sort of amulet style thing that they were quite fashionable back in the day. You know, anything sort of like, there's no coins in my pockets because we used to carry cash back then. There was no, my phone wasn't in my pocket, my wallet wasn't in my pocket. So I was like, right, okay, I'll go back through, try and work out what it was, go back through, beeps again. I'm like, what the fuck is it? And they're like, all right, so come this way then pal. And I was like, right, okay. And I'm, let's say, very, very early in the morning, I'm like, oh, it's beeped. I know what it is. Because this is obviously like processing when he goes, step this way. And I was like, oh, I know. It's my belt. So my hands went straight to my waist. And I was like, it's my belt. And they were going, sir, you need to put your hands where we can see them. I was like, it's my belt that's beeping. It's my belt. And I'm tapping my stomach and my waist where my belt is. And they may have said, sir, hands where we can see them again. And I may have not have went, it's my belt. And then the next time when they shouted, sir, hands where we can see them, I saw a machine gun get pulled out and put towards me. And I was like, oh, fuck. Okay. We're going to play it like this, are we? That's like, so my arms are just like, and turns out it was my belt. So, joke's on them. I was right. Yeah. So all I'm going to say, people, right, is when armed security guards ask you for hands where you can see them, just do it first time asking. Really, that's the only thing I can really advise from that situation. But I've never done it again. So morally, I mean, technically, they got what they wanted, really. But yeah, that's not ideal. That woke me up pretty quickly, actually. I was like, okay, now it's 4 o'clock in the morning, but I'm wide awake now. I can do a full shift at work. It's amazing how quickly you wake back up when a machine gun gets pointed at your face. So yeah, I've never done that again. Who else has had a weapon pulled? Apart from Sean, obviously. So let's have a look in the transfer room, shall we? Sean, I pulled out of a rental van with colleagues as they thought we were ETA and the IRA. Quite surreal having the military police and balaclavas point machine guns at you. Yeah, I mean, at least my military people had the decency to show their face. Yeah. That's what I took from that. But yeah, not really ideal, that is it? Was it the toll booth on the motorway north of Madrid? Took the shine off the rest of the day. The rest of the day, not the whole holiday, just the rest of the day was a bit. Everyone was a bit quiet for the rest of the day. Y2 James, I thought you were going to say the reason the machine was beeping was because you had a Kit Kat chunky in your pocket. Do you know what? That would have been amazing if it was true. He's got 4. He's got 4 of the fuckers. Just then look at my phone going, why have you not taken a picture of it? Why? Why have you not taken a picture? Tell you what, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna nip to the bathroom. 2 seconds. No guns. No guns at this point, by the way. Oh, we're playing the Rangers, are we? The twang. Can streamer chairs hold someone at gunpoint? It's possible. It's possible. Let's put Nusta back in. It's a ball player. And then let's pop. Actually, Williams is now starting to play well. Good. About time. Let's see what we can do. I'm not massively confident against the Rangers, but let's see, shall we? We can hope. We can always hope. What's gonna be the damage here? Can we move ourselves up the league table? Sorry, I'm focusing back on Football Manager. I've had a moment of reality. 7th. This is very much Friday energy now, isn't it? Go on, Ross Stewart. Go on, Ross Stewart. Good feet. Milne over the top. Alexander Corbyn's busy in the YouTube chat. Good to see you, Alexander. Just take the leap of becoming a just chatting streamer. Do you know what? I think I'd do all right at that, Baron. Like, I think if anything, the Football Manager holds me back. Just wait till I start. Oh, Remu, what a goal that is. Wait till I start just filming myself going around fucking Primark or something and being one of those IRL streamers. Just getting into fights with people. Yeah. Start streaming on Kick like a badass. One of the streamers who plays 80s, 90s TV shows and talks over them. I could do that. Most of us don't notice FM. Exactly, Dan. If anything, it just gets in the way, doesn't it? So let's become a reaction streamer. What I need to do is I need to be one of those ones that's just like over the top and just being like oh my God. Jet up, get in. Yes, jet up. don't know which bit he's caught up with, but good to see you. Someone bravely tries to get us back on track. Yeah. God bless those people for trying. They don't know any better, Dan. They don't know any better. Nisbet. Oh. Maybe one day we just stream like a whole bunch of Paul Daniels videos. You know. Yeah, forgive them for they know better. Well headed away. Big Ross Stewart gets it again. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh. Just feel like there's a bit of a gap between the midfield and the strikers, isn't there? We're not getting the ball. I mean, it's going to count, isn't it? So there's no point VAR in it. We know that's going to count. Let's move them up then. See if that's going to help us out a bit. Because in possession, they should technically move forward, shouldn't they? Oh, pick that one out. There's not much I can do about that. Yeah, I mean that's a decent goal. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah. It seems like the sort of goal that you can complain about Pickford for not saving. Sean, I've got to go get my wife some food. She's just going from work. It's been a pleasure as always. Have a good holiday. Appreciate you, Sean. Thank you so much for livening up tonight's stream. A pleasure, an absolute pleasure. Have a wonderful weekend, pal. Can't wait for when I come back from holiday. I want to hear another tale from Sean. Appreciate you, Sean. There's a bit of Remo, Bassi. Wonder if I've got to go 4-2-3-1 just so we've got a 10 in there. Feels that's what we've got to do, isn't it? João Profeta in on the follow. Appreciate that. Very kind indeed. Bassi in with the ball through. Great save. Evening, João. Evening. CKJ, do we think we'll start to see more FM streamers start to play into the Goldbridge Cundy O'Hara style and go personality? I use the personality term loosely, first ahead of skill, if that makes sense. Yeah, probably. I think that there probably is some, I would imagine. I don't know all of the creators in the space, I must admit. And I don't watch all creators, so again, maybe I can't give you a full answer, but yeah, 100% there'll be some that just do things for reaction. Yeah, that makes complete sense. They'll be there going like, what can get views? Like, you know, rage baiting and clickbaiting. It's like, it's always been a thing. And yeah, I absolutely can see it. Absolutely can see it. Will those people exist for long periods of time? Possibly, don't know. That's an interesting question. Whether how long that they'll be able to keep making careers and a living for, I don't know. I'd imagine they're actually probably got more longevity than someone like me, who just turns up and does, you know, the sorts of streams that I like to do, which is just chatting bollocks. They've probably got more earning potential than I've got. They're probably, you know, got a potential for a wider audience and all that stuff that you would think that content creators want. Bassy with a great finish. I'm very happy having a very wonderfully curated niche audience that we've got. I like what we've got. I'm not going to say I don't want the chat to be 2,000, 3,000 people, but you lose something, don't you? You lose like this sort of conversation where you can't keep up with the chat and you got the mods like having to pick things out and feeding your lines. That's got to be hard, right? And I wonder how much the audience get of the creator in that sense. Like what's the relationship? I don't know. Like I know we can be very, very close. Like, you know, you can ask me anything and I'll, you know, either choose to answer or I'll choose to ignore it. Most of the time I'll have an answer. But you know, if you've got 3,000 or 4,000 people in the chat, your chat message is maybe going to get lost. And at that point, like, what relationship do you have with that creator? I don't think there is one. I could be wrong. I don't really watch lots of like the huge Twitch accounts, you know. Maybe watch stuff like YouTube wise afterwards, so I'm not in the immediate conversation, but I wonder what those sorts of streams are like. Oh God, we've given it away again. Wonder what those streamers are like. I found you in an Amaroth chat. Oh, good ball through. There's Wilson. Yes. Is he offside? No. Don't rule it out. Disallowed. Where? No, that wasn't offside at all. Someone's got to clip that. That is absolute nonsense. There's no way that is offside. I'm not having that. They've got to be kidding, surely. Yeah, get that clip. That is 100% VAR incorrect decision. His pinky was offside. Not his winky wasn't even offside. Oh, there we go. Justice. Justice is served. Get in. Honestly, like, the only way he was offside is if he had an outie belly button. That's a fair result. I mean, it's not when you look at the momentum chart, but still. But still, we'll take that. Forgot to cut his toenails. Honestly, I reckon there's like a nose hair that's offside. He was at Milner's out for 2 weeks. So, I mean, in a sense, we survived the January. I've been negative about VAR. Let's see what happens. Jameson wants VAR answers. I do. Jameson should back off VAR criticism, claims Danny Roll. I mean, only because it suits him. Danny Roll's criticised your stance on VAR. I mean, look, it's not. I've been given no reason to back down from my comments. If anything, I believe them even more. Right, it's got nothing to do with him. Right. Transfer deadline in a week, team. Let's see if we can bring a player in, shall we? I'm glad we actually managed to get something back, because it was that would have been horrible to have lost that on that moment. Enzo Bardelli doesn't fit in our current tactical system. I mean, that's a big call, isn't it? If he doesn't fit, maybe this is the whole Tuchel thing, isn't it? Good teamwork, good work rate, good off the ball. He could play as a box to box. How much is he going to want? 8. Be recognised the best of the rest next season. 8 grand is a lot. I mean, we're overspending, so we're not going to have £8,000 on wages. So that's a shame. I'll tell you what. Let's have a look at that lad that we like from Celtic. See if he's going to be. Where's he? McGowan? There he is. Where's Dan Neil? Come on, Dan Neil's got to be interested now, surely. You still haven't got a club, Dan. Still doesn't want to. I mean, what's he doing? When's Ethan Ross back? I think he's back now. Right. Nope. 2 more weeks. Will Ferry's still out for. He comes back tomorrow. This song was about a closing down sale for a furniture shop. I don't know if anyone knew that. Could be. Could be lies. Don't know. Milne's got to come out, so Lobben goes in. Right. So we have managed to navigate January, technically. You know, draw with Celtic, draw with Hearts, draw with Rangers in the league. So 3 points out of 9 isn't too bad. Does mean we are slipping behind Hearts, though. I'm going to play behind Falkirk for when the league splits. Which I think is in March. Is that right? End of April. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games, and then the league splits. I mean, the fact Giovanni can play everywhere would be helpful. So Giovanni's come in on trial. We'll find out what he's up to. Transfer window closed on the 2nd, I think. Where's Magnus and what's he said? It's not great, is he? Could do with beating Falkirk here. Just move us up that table a little bit. That's all we want. Get us in the top half. As long as we're in the top half when the league splits, that's all we need. Yeah. Anything above that, don't need that just yet. How are Aberdeen treating us? Zeep, we're doing all right, mate. We're doing all right. We're 7th, which on one hand doesn't look great, but we're 4 points behind Motherwell, who are in 5th, and we've had to navigate Celtic, Hearts, Celtic, and Rangers in January. This is a cup game, so we're not fussed about losing to Celtic here, but 3 draws in those matches I'll absolutely take. So hopefully a win here against Falkirk will move us up a little bit. Motherwell, again, we could put a bit of pressure on them. Hibs, Kilmarnock, Dundee. I mean, that's really what we want to start picking up points in February. Livingston, St Mirren, Celtic, Ross County. Then the league splits. So I'd like us to get a bit of momentum, but it just doesn't seem like that's possible, to be honest. So it's very much 1 step forward, 2 steps back, but that's sort of what we expected, really, wasn't it? I missed some craziness. Yeah. There's been a lot. There's been a lot happening tonight. Called one of our viewers a liar for claiming that he had 4 solid chocolate Kit Kat chunkies in the same pack. I was like, nah, that's bullshit. And I even texted my mate who works for Nestle and I said, look, what's the reality of this? He's like, it's unlikely. And I try to talk real football as well. So loads of things have happened. Oh, and then we talked about the time I had a machine gun pulled on me. But apart from that, all just normal stuff, really. And I played a 4-2-3-1 against Rangers as well. Slandering the viewers to speak TJ. It's what I do, Zeep, innit? You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm going to start streaming on Kick from now on. It's going to be great. I'm going to turn up to nightclubs. Just like, I'm going to do those like sort of interviews in the street. Like, you know, like really lazy content. God, Reece Williams. Like, do you know what I mean? Like that lazy content that like you see like outside of nightclubs. Like, you know, I'm going to do that with just a microphone, just like chatting to people, doing vox pops. It's going to be brilliant. 20,000 views for shite. But yeah, how's Zeepling? See, back up to sixth now. So now only 2 points away from Hearts. So things have now taken a bit of a turn, haven't they? St Mirren holding their own in 3rd. All good with the Z-pling. Love it. Love it. Wilson, Bassey. Good ball through. Barney Stewart can't quite get there. Ross Stewart can, though. Keeper's missed it. Bassey at the back post. Two-0. Godwin Antwi with a mistake. Ross Stewart. I've never seen Ross Stewart run that quick. Keeper misses it. Bassey with the tap in at the back post. Oh, nearly did the same down the other end there. Oh, go on, Bassey. Away you go. Aremu. Oh, gives the ball away. Come on, Aremu. Oh, nearly gives the ball away again. Little back heel as well. Goalkeeper stand in the SPL seems suspect. Yeah, and these are the good ones. That's not true, actually. There's no such thing as a good goalkeeper in the SPL. Come on, just play. Get the ball. Just blow the whistle for half time, ref. Nobody wants to see this. There you go. That's better. Oh, look at that. Players just passing the ball amongst themselves. Nobody wants to see that. Right, let's take a Remu off because he's going to end up getting sent off, isn't he? And so is Nooster, I'd imagine. So let's change that. So yeah, still 2 points behind Hearts. 5 behind St Mirren. So, I mean, look, 5 points isn't that much, but still, it's still a long way for us. Let's get Devlin on. Jensen's going to float the free kick in the corner, is he? Yes, he is. Rego doesn't get it. Oh, Barney Stewart with a decent effort from distance, though. Here's Devlin, picks it up. Bassey Wilson. Bassey. Crossed in. Big Ross Stewart at the back post. Let's change that up a little bit. Let's put Duncan on. And let's bring Ross Stewart off as well, actually. Now, is this 3 points? Are we daring to dream just yet? 4 minutes to play. Here's Wilson. Chambers. Passes through. Oh, good save. Nodded away. No. Right, move us up to 6. That's what we want, isn't it? Then we've got Motherwell next. Take that. They've got a couple of days to try and get another couple of signings in. Theo Simpson's injured for... Let's get him back. Thibaut Clige. So that's our first win in 4, maybe 5, I think, actually. We get some deals done, hopefully. Is McGowan going to join us from Celtic? That's the question. Timmy T, welcome in. Appreciate the follow, my friend. And how good's Giovanni? Strong penalty taker, likes big matches, leading player for most Premiership sides. Could become more successful than Sir Alex at Aberdeen. I mean, look, he was quite successful. You know what I mean? 8. Again, I don't think we're going to get 8 grand, are we? We could move. We've got £800,000 to spend. We could move that into wages, but what do we think? Do we try and bring these 2 lads in that want lots of money? What do we think? Because Enzo Bardelli wants 8 grand to come in, and Giovanni wants 8 grand. I mean, Giovanni maybe isn't good enough, but Bardelli probably is. Can't really more about England. My island didn't qualify for the World Cup. Look, Miss a Life. I'm Scotland. Like, you know, I think we did absolutely fine, and I'm not moaning about England at all. It's the bloody English that are moaning. You know what I mean? I can't believe it. The bloody world champions have beaten us. Can't believe that. I was born in England. My family's Irish. Yeah, yeah. My family's Scottish, so I was born here as well. But uh, right, transfer deadline is tonight. Where's the situation with our loan? Has that just stalled? Has he turned us down and not told us? You support Brighton as well. Ah, fair play. At least Scotland qualified and won a game. Games against Morocco and Brazil were a bit too far, it seems. Yeah, yeah. I mean, not everyone can play. Nations that are in the top 10. You know, England saved theirs for the semi-final for the first time they had to play someone remotely decent. Um, I mean, we did say that Morocco was going to be a tough game. Could Scotland win the Nations League ever? Um, Probably. Can England? Did England? I mean, what? I'm still trying to work out the Nations League. Is the Nations League just like the Charity Shield or something, like the Carabao Cup? It's the Carabao Cup, isn't it, really? It's like the fucking Newcastle trophy of international football. It's basically the Carabao Cup, right? Okay, yeah. Then, yeah, probably, maybe, I don't know. Would anybody celebrate winning the Nations League? Don't think so. You know, I don't. We don't need another bank holiday. You know, it's below the Euros and the World Cup. I think it's only one step below the Eurovision Song Contest, isn't it? At least the UK is hosting the next Euro, so no need to qualify through the qualifiers for Scotland. We were top of our qualifying group actually, so it's not us that has to worry about qualifying. We won our group. Rio Hatate is on loan. Ooh, now that's an interesting one. Community Shield is above the Nations League. At least that raises money for charity. Yeah. Rocky Bashiri. Have we left it too late to get any players in? Possibly. Right, let's adjust our budgets then. What can we change it to? We might end up missing out on him. Deal negotiate again. Right. Doesn't do anything, does it? Doesn't do anything. No. How about we offer some sort of like pay 10 grand after per 10 appearances? Oh, actually, how much does he cost? 500 grand. We won't be able to buy him, will we? That's the problem. So how about we turn that to can't even turn that to mandatory, can we? Kind of step out was the result of the Rangers match. We drew 3-3, Jet Up. Last kick of the game. Yeah, it got close. Celtic again. Back and forth on it. They're not letting him go, are they? Some money? Would that work? Oh, there you go. Offer accepted now. Who have got winners Sunday? Spain or Argentina? I think tough one that, isn't it? Because I think Spain are the strongest side. But the Messi factor in it. And Argentina are bullish. They're a well-drilled unit. And, I mean, could you put it past... Hatate can't go. There's a limit of one loan player from a club in the same division. Right, let's see if we can... See if we can just buy him then, shall we? See if we can get him in for free. Even Jake, how are you, buddy? Spain will concede one goal. Okay, well then they maybe concede two. You want to do a Scottish Premier save? What's the best underdogs that could take over? Underdogs. Aberdeen. St Mirren. I suppose technically they're all underdogs. Like unless it's Rangers or Celtic, they're all underdogs. What he wants 11 grand. This is going to be tricky. This is a tricky sell. This one, isn't it? How about we give you lots of money for these? Like, just boost all these up. Right, we're not going to get Hetate by the looks of it. Had a clause for increasing his. Had a bonus. Goal bonus. Evening, Harry. Welcome in. Welcome in. Winning the oh. Where's the nah, deals off. Unfortunately, can't get Hetate in. Never mind. Jackpot says I'm going to Spain. They have the heart and brains to actually put Argentina out and not defend for 40 minutes. Maybe. And even if they do defend, then they can defend for 40 minutes. Which I suppose is the other thing as well, isn't it? You know. And they've got some options on the bench for if they want to go attacking. Which of course England didn't have either, so which what I was saying, there is that definite lack of attacking ability on there, isn't it? How's the season going? The season's all right. We're up to 6th, and we are, which is where we need to be. We need to be 6th, to get into the top half, like, to get into the sort of the playoff bit. With 2, 4, 6, 8 games to go, then we've got another 5 matches after that. So if we can get that done, that'll be good. That'll be mission accomplished. That's all we need. All we need for this one is getting through that. Have we still got Alfie Bavage and Lewis Carroll? Yes, we have. They're both on loan. They're both out on loan, I should say. Sorry. We've also got Luke McGowan's just come in now as well, so that's going to be hopefully a good signing for us. And we've got Ethan Ross as well, who's hopefully going to come back fit. Will Ferry's back now. How did the transfer window go? Well, it's it's done. We got one through the door, but you know, we're overspending on wages. It's fine. This season's all about just like consolidation and getting over the line. You know, these builder nations, they're long-term projects, which is actually gonna. I don't know if I've mentioned this or not before. But we talk about it on the podcast next week. There is a lot of my mind is thinking this continues into FM27 up until at least probably up until Christmas. We continue this and give it the time and space that it needs, and then we look to start a new save from Christmas time, which gives 27 time to like iron out any bugs or any sort of like bits and pieces that kicking on in the background. And also we don't just sort of like cut this off at like season 7 or something and be like, oh right, yeah, we didn't really do much, did we? Has Chambers been taken back? Brilliant. Chambers' loan's finished, yeah. Chambers unhappy being played out of position. Right, okay. Bugs 27 sounds unlikely. Very unlikely, but I'm just I'm covering my back, Llama, just in case. You can never tell. You can never tell. Also, logic, not something I do around here either, is it? Even Joe, how are you, buddy? Happy Friday to you too. Okay, let's have it. If we can get a win over Motherwell, we go above Motherwell. And then that allows us to put pressure on Hearts. Ball through to McGowan. Less than 2 minutes into his debut, he's already in an advanced position. Thoughts on Mounier? Think he's a decent pickup given his age. Yeah, he's very, very experienced player. We certainly need experience. We need numbers. Get the lad in. And also, he was desperate to watch us play Portsmouth on stream, so you know what I mean? That's what we need to look at. He's a proper Mackham. Shinny gone. No, Shinny's out injured, unfortunately. He's hurt himself. So, oh, Wilson's away. Come on, Wilson. Lovely touch. Can you cut that back to the back post? Selfish. Williams, Renault, McCowan, Rego, Bassey, Wilson. Oh no, Reece Williams is back. I know. We were desperate for defenders. So Acrodisiac, what do you think of the England game? I have an unpopular opinion. I think the Premier League last season is to blame. In what sense is the Premier League to blame? I thought the England game on Wednesday was brilliant. But then again, I am a Scotland fan, so maybe my opinion could be taken with a slight tinge of bias. But I genuinely thought, I actually thought it was a pretty good game. I thought it was a good physical contest at first. I love a bit of shithousery. I love players going at each other and like sort of throwing about and having a bit of a good time. Evening, Goodja, how are you, pal? Welcome in, appreciate the raid. And I just think that at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like, Argentina are better than England. They just are. And Messi's the greatest player that's ever walked the planet. So he does a bit of magic that nobody else can do. Yeah, that's what he does. You know what I mean? The referee was biased. No, he wasn't. Absolutely wasn't. Long throws and set pieces wasn't the best football in the world. Yeah, I mean that's fine, but you've got to learn to defend against that. But I don't think that footballers have forgotten how to play against something that isn't long throws and set pieces, just off the basis of 1 year. I think the problem, as always, is that there's not enough English players that are good enough. That's the issue. Low blocks. West Ham did against Arsenal and almost won. All right, yes, learn to beat a low block. If the players are that good, they should be able to beat West Ham. Do you know what I mean? I'm not like I'm with you on the fact that the Premier League's shite. If that's what you're going to say, Akradisiak. The Premier League's crap and it's not the best league in the world. I'll take that, but I don't think that's to blame for England not winning the World Cup. If we didn't score, we're a better team. I don't understand. If you didn't score, then you're a worse team, surely. King Louis and RJJ, I mean, they are the best strikers that ever lived. Goodger, you're right. England still cooked it by going too defensive regardless of the tactics. Yeah. What is the best league then? Well, there is no such thing as best league, is there? It's ridiculous. It's like saying what's the best country. There is no best. Best for me, best means an element of competitiveness where it's not a foregone conclusion who wins. And you could argue, therefore, the Premier League last season wasn't a foregone conclusion because Arsenal did manage to win a league last year. But usually it's not. It's usually Man City. Does someone having the English players? I know they've got a couple of Northern Irish defenders. No, well, we've got Luke O'Nien and we've got Chris Rigg. But we don't have too many English players, I must admit. We got rid of most of them, to be honest. But actually, we fielded more often than not teams without an English player, certainly in the starting 11. Hence why we got into Europe, I think. Rigg played a bit. He didn't start lots at the start of the season, but then we beefed him up a little bit and he started to come back in towards the back end. But, I mean, like, we had Xhaka, Diarra and Siddiqui in midfield, so he's not really getting in there. We played him out wide, mixing him with Talby every now and again, and Talby looks like a good player. But then Rigg started to look pretty good towards the back end of the season. So, I mean, where his ceiling is, I don't know, really. We were very, very confident with him at first, but things change, don't they? I don't know how far up the ladder he goes. But in terms of what the best league is, Jack, I think for me, the best league's got to be something that's competitive. It's got to be something that the result isn't a foregone conclusion at the end. And whether football's actually entertaining. And I don't think that the Premier League really is the most entertaining league, or is the football the best? Probably not. Like, if you take away the money, do any of those players stay? Not really. Like, I don't know. I don't really know. I'm not really sure how you can do a best league or how the best league works. England's best chance was Italia 90. Probably. Or, and even then though, like, looking back, the Championship is probably the best league, actually, Jack. Yeah. Because every year it's a different winner, isn't it? So that's the stat, in it. There's no team has won the Championship back to back, so it must be the best league. But when we were in it at Sunderland, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Liverpool went 67 points, not one dropped. Man City 100 goals. That was scintillating football. It was good to watch. All right, when was that? It wasn't last season, was it? And also, is that not just a bit boring when one team can go 67 points with not a single point dropped? That's not competitive at all. That's boring. 2018, right? So that's what? 8 years ago. So you said the league was exciting 8 years ago. By that metric. And again, you could argue 100 goals is that scintillating, or is that because nobody could defend? Just trying to play devil's advocate on it. It's because of a high press. I mean, basketball has lots of goals when there's high presses, so possibly. We will never know. We will. Well, I mean, we do know. We have the joy of hindsight. It didn't get any better, did it? It didn't stop. Yeah. Liverpool didn't win anything. They won one Premier League, so they weren't that good. You know, Man City won it because of loads of money. You know, some hotels have high presses. You can't really have to go wrinkled trousers. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Spider-Man, Jonah Jameson, he sits in the top of the press tower. Jack, most of all top flight leagues are realistically 4 teams leagues. Look who can win it. Look at Germany, it's just buying. Oh yeah, exactly. So that sort of is my point, Jack. Like, you know, the top flight leagues are a bit crap and a bit pathetic and a bit boring and a bit predictable. You know, the championship is much better where you've got teams that are all battling for it. Yeah, I agree. Remember, they got 99 points and came second because City wouldn't lose. Last season also was boring football. Yeah, okay. Man City's 100 goals included goals against West Brom, Stoke, Swansea and Watford. See, once you start looking at the facts, it's not as impressive, is it? Right, that's us back up to 5th. Hibs, Kilmarnock, Dundee. That sees out the rest of the month. You're not an Arsenal fan, but the defence against PSG was what England were trying to do. Yeah, I mean, look, Arsenal took more shots in a penalty shootout than they did in an entire Champions League final. That's pathetic. Do you know what I mean? Like, I love defending as much as the next person, but that's boring. You know what I mean? You know, it's the entertainment business, and is this born out of going back to the Mourinho days? I don't know. At the end of the day, just fucking go for it. Try and do a win. You know what I mean? Will Kane make it to the next World Cup or Euros? Euros probably. World Cup possibly. No idea. What I do know though is we've got 7 games left before the league split. We're currently in 5th, which, to be fair, is fine for me. Feels like we're sort of where we're meant to be at this point. So I'm going to say that's been fun tonight. We've had a good time. It's been very, very good, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I will, before we go, just remind you, do go and have a quick little nosy at my other YouTube podcast that's kicking about. Go and have a look at that. I mean, you want to hear what I've got to say about kids football, right? Everyone knows that. Like, I've had my opinions on international football. Come and listen to what I can say about kids football. But yeah, we will be back tomorrow. Because tomorrow's Saturday, so let's do that. Fun. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Let's go and see Mr. Maggio. Take care of yourselves, everyone. See you tomorrow. Be fun. Bye now.